I'm going to record this because I know that there's some people who can.
This meeting is being recorded.
Ooh, her voice is different.
Oh, wow.
Right? Did you hear that?
Yeah, I heard that.
It wasn't even like that on our call 30 minutes ago.
I know.
That was funny. Very, yeah, she was like very proper.
Look at that hand. Whose hand is that?
Mine.
Oh, that was so weird because it's blurred. I thought that was like somebody else's hand.
No, I locked myself in. Okay. Whew, like I said, squirrel brain. Okay, so now time to focus. So yeah, it's time to focus. It's time to jump back in. I know it's like right after Christmas and it's the end of the year and it kind of feels like you might not want to work right now. You might just want to take a break, like, oh, it's after Christmas. But no, now is the time to work to set ourselves up for a successful January. I know that we have a lot of new people who have come into our businesses in November and December. And right now is a really, really good time to help them get into momentum, help them earn an incredible paycheck. Like we still have a week. There's plenty of time. Like we helped Brittany Hitch hit Royal Diamond in a day. Like, come on, guys. We can do big things here within a week. A week is so much time. Especially if you've got like a customer base or a team base already, think about how much your volume grows from the 1st of the month to the 7th of the month, right? And those like in that first week of the month, our volume can explode. So a lot can happen in a week. So please jump in. And, you know, I want you to just remember, we have a lot of promos. We still have a ton of stuff on sale. And you can utilize that to help your team. You can utilize that to help your own business. Actually, I just looked over and I saw that Kelly is on here and I took a screenshot of something that she shared because it was really, really good. So she said, like she posted a picture of the Laura's and Lauren's graphic that they were doing for their call tonight. And then it says, you'll watch an entire Netflix series, even when the first episodes are slow, just because someone told you it gets better. But what if you looked at your goals like that and watched your life get better instead? And I saw that and I was like, girl, that's so good. So like it is so relevant to our businesses, especially like this last week of 2022, right? Like imagine if you just kept telling yourself that 2023 is going to be so much better and you put in all of the work now to lay the groundwork to have a successful start to January, to build that momentum to convention where we have 71 new SKUs coming, right? And a product price range of $7 to $35. Like think about what you could do if you started getting into action today. So what I want you to do really quickly, I know that most of you bring notebooks to our calls, but if you've got a notebook nearby, think about this year. Think about the growth that you've had in your business, the growth that you've had in your personal life. Think about all the 5 F's. If you're new here, they're faith, family, friendship, fitness, and finances. Think about all of those 5 F's and how you have grown this past year, whether it's through Q or not, within those 5 F's. And then think about your business here and think about how, like, where you want to grow. Think about what you want next year to look like. Think about what you want your next few months to look like, right? What action steps do you have to do starting tomorrow, starting now? What action steps do you have to do to get there? So take like a minute really quickly and write down what that is for you. What do you want your 2023 to look like, both personally and within your business here? Just take a second and write it down. Okay. So now that we've done that exercise, I want you to think about what action steps you have to take to get there. So when I started my business here, I knew I wanted to hit executive because I wanted to be able to cover my products every single month because they had started changing my life really quickly. And so I knew to hit executive, this was before we had CV rank pay and CV bonuses, right? This was back when it was just commission. So my focus was on building my team. And I knew that if I wanted to make $250 a month and cover my products, that I needed to bring in 1,500 in volume. So I had to put a plan into place. Okay, I'm going to bring this person on. I want to help them hit executive. I'm going to bring someone else on. I want to help them hit executive, right? And so we can do the math, right? You know what you need to hit your goals here, but what action steps do you have to do? Well, I can't just magically have people join my business. I have to be active on my social media. I have to be sharing in my stories. I can be sharing. You don't have to be pushy, right? I think Laura Sudemans does a really great job on her social media. She shows what she's doing. She shows her MyQFit. She shows her family. She shows hiking, all of her travels. Like she shows what she's making, what she's taking. Like she is always sharing things and bringing value to her audience. But not only that, when you're showing what you're doing on a daily basis and you're letting people see into your lives and not just the highlight reel that you post in your feed, it builds trust with people. And they're also going to like see something. And when something comes into their mind, they're going to come to you to ask you questions because they know that they've seen you share that before. We all have something valuable that we do on a daily basis that brings value to other people. So like sharing consistently is going to build trust with your audience, but sharing consistently is also going to allow conversations to start because you're not going to talk to new people if you're not sharing and if you're not trying to talk to new people, right? We have those funnels training calls on our boards app. Opening and expanding your funnel is going to open and expand your network. Those are things that you need to do just to be able to talk to new people because you can't keep talking to the same people over and over again. Now, I will tell you, sometimes that does work, right? We'll talk about Lauren. Lauren and I talked about greens for like 6 months before she ever joined as a customer. And then she fell in love with the products. Her husband had an amazing testimony. And then she decided she wanted to do the business, right? Laura Sudemans started as a customer. And I asked her so many times to do the business with me. And she had said no month over month over month, right? So like sometimes you will have people who will eventually join your business, but you have to keep talking to them. You can't just have someone tell you no and get offended and not talk to them anymore and just like drop them because they didn't join your business. You reached out to someone to join your business because you value who they are as a person and you want to do this with them, right? So even if they don't want to do it with you, you have to keep that relationship going because you never know where it could lead. And it's also part of being a good friend and a good human. But you need to be planting the seeds. We need to be staying in action. My goal after I hit executive was, I wanted elite and then bronze. Bronze was my big goal because we were renting and I wanted to cover our rent. And so you have to just constantly be looking at your goals. And once you hit a goal, you need to put your next goal into place and you need to plan out your action steps. If you need a goal setting call, we have a lot of fantastic leaders on this team who will take a call with you to help you put that plan into motion, right? Laura and I were on the phone earlier and she said, the squeaky wheel gets the oil. And that's so true. Like if you want a call, if you want help, if you want to collaborate with someone and get some new ideas, all you have to do is ask. Like we're a team. We love to do this together. And so it's really important that you take advantage of like our incredible team and all of the assets that everyone brings to the table. But if you do set a goal setting call, just make sure that like you keep an open mind and you're ready to rip the band-aids off and try new things, because I think sometimes we get so stuck in the same pattern that we start to feel like we're spinning our wheels and we're just kind of stuck. And I think it's really important that we stay excited and we work with people sideline, with crossline, with upline, with downline. It doesn't matter. But if you feel like you see someone doing something that inspires you, ask them to like pick their brain, ask them for a 10-15 minute call. That's kind of just me rambling now. because like I said, I have squirrel brain tonight, but I will stop because we have some other things to talk about today. But like I said, ask somebody for a call, get into action, look at that goal that you have for 2023, and just make sure that you are taking those daily action steps. The hardest part is taking the first step and saying, I'm going to be consistent. I literally have to write down to show up in my stories every single day in my planner. Every day on my planner, it is written down that I need to do stories. It's written in my planner to do 1 reel a week. Like I have to write it down. Otherwise, I'm so busy, like it's not going to be a priority. And I get so comfortable falling into my routine that I remove that from my routine, just like working out, right? It's so easy to just say like, oh, I'm so tired. I'm just going to work out tomorrow. Okay, well, tomorrow's here, but I'm just going to do it tomorrow because little Johnny has soccer practice, right? Like we always have something coming up, but once you rip the Band-Aid off and you start to make it a part of your routine, you make the decision before the action comes that you're going to do it, it gets easier. So I'm done. Go ahead, Laura.
I guess I'll go next and then Laura C. Okay, so I wanted to, well, first of all, say, hope everyone had a very Merry Christmas. And that Santa was good to y'all, cutie pies. I'm just pulling up this thing here on my side so I can look at it while I speak to you guys. All right, so I want to chat a little bit about the MyQFit Body Recomp Challenge. If you guys are on video, raise your hand if you know what I'm talking about. If you're not on video, put in the chat, raise your hand in the chat if you know what I'm talking about. Do you know what I'm talking about? Because I honestly feel that this sort of is maybe getting lost in translation because we had the excitement of Christmas. We had the Q Fridays, the Q Christmas sales, all these promos extended. And then it was like, bam, here's this. And nobody really knew what was coming and it came and, all the hustle and bustle. So I really want to focus on this because guys, this is an amazing tool. I've chatted with a few people in Beachbody who were, looking at Q, but this is their biggest month. And you know why this is their biggest month? Because they sell programs for everyone's health and fitness goals for January, New Year's resolutions. This is their biggest month. People are literally ready to give up on their business, but they're like, I'm going to stay because this is a big month. Meaning we have something that is incredible to offer people. And if that many people are looking for a program and looking for accountability, this is what you need to be focusing on. And not just for customers, but for ambassadors, because, an ambassador can come on with one of these product packs. They get started and they tell a couple friends, hey, I'm doing this challenge. Do it with me. Let's start a business together. Let's we want to help our health. We want to help our wealth. This is a great time to do it, to jump in. Or maybe it's for your customers. You're reaching out to your customers. Hey, how many people, let's say you have a customer, they're likely talking to their friends about, oh my goodness, like, what is your New Year's resolution, whatever. If they join this and then they go ahead and they're talking to their friend and they're like, hey, oh my gosh, I'm doing this challenge. You should do it with me, right? It's all about referrals. This is a referral-based business. So you want to make sure that all of your customers know about this. So reaching out to your customers and being like, hey, hope you had a great Christmas. I can't believe there's only a few days left in the year. I know a lot of people have some, New Year's resolutions. I know myself, I do. And I wanted to go ahead and share this with you because I know it might have got lost in all the excitement that's been happening over the last, month. But this is something that's really incredible. And it might not be for you, but you might know somebody in your life who is looking to take back their health. And this is a great thing to share with them. So you want to make sure that your customers know about it because maybe they're interested. You want to let them know, hey, please share this with your network, right? So you want them to do that for referrals. And then you can also touch base with all of your potentials and being like, hey, want to reach out to you. Basically the same script, right? Everyone usually has New Year's resolutions. This is a new program we're launching. If you were thinking, I know we were talking about the business, you watch some and at a lower price. Okay, amazing, Kelly. See, I don't know what the price point is with Beachbody, but like, yeah, it's more affordable. It's cheaper at the end of the day to do this. So this would be a great way to segue into that when you're chatting with Beachbody people too. What I love about our program is that the MyQFit, they take care of all of that, right? Like we don't have to, we just literally send them a link and then MyQFit takes care of all of that. That's it. Like how easy is this business? It's so easy. So I just really wanted to go over this. You guys can find this information in your like back office if you want to look at this graphic. I know Nicole Roberts on my team, she did some awesome graphics where she showed, you know, how much you're saving because the packs are at a discounted price, right? So you could do the math, you know, put some items in your cart individually, see how much it would be, and then compare it to what the pack is. And when you're getting on and talking in your stories, pack one, you know, usually this would cost you this amount of dollars, but you're going to get it, you know, you get it for this. So you're saving this much money. You can start the new year. And they have, like, honestly, I want to do this challenge just because, like, look at all the swag and products they're giving away. That's incredible. So definitely getting in your stories, talking about it, talking about your personal testimony with MyQFit. I am obsessed with MyQFit. If you guys don't follow me, if you do follow me, I literally post about MyQFit every single day because I am obsessed with it. I do a workout every single day, except for Sundays usually. I take every day. But I post about my workout pretty much every single day. I tag them, I share it because consistency is key. And when my audience sees me showing up for myself and my body, my goal is that it motivates them to show up, right? And when I see you guys sharing your workouts, I'm like, yes, like fire emoji, because it's incredible that we have this app. And if you are an ambassador and are not using MyQFit, you guys are doing yourself a disservice. Everybody here should be using it. Even if you don't want to work out, do yoga. I don't know, like anything. The app is incredible and we have to share that with people. Like people pay a lot of money to have personal trainers. People pay a lot of money to use apps like this and our customers, and we get it for free. So share that, especially right now. I cannot emphasize that enough. Tomorrow, I want to see every single person sharing about MyQFit and this challenge. And that's pretty much all I wanted to say for that. I love that we can also do the progress photos. You guys, I sent a screenshot to Laura Corrales the other day about my progress photos. You don't know how far you've come until you look at your progress photos. So if you have not taken progress photos yet.
I took mine just because of yours. I'm like, please, Jesus, let me.
Right? Yeah.
This happened to me.
It's crazy. So if you haven't yet, you guys go into your app, take some photos, commit to yourself. You commit to yourself, do some workouts, and utilize the app because you're going to be able to share the app better when you're actually using it. And trust me, people want it. And I bet you, honestly, a lot of our customers don't even know that they have access to that with their subscription. So yeah, anyways, I'm going to hand it off to Laura C because my mouth is getting dry.
Okay. So hi, everyone. I'm Laura Corrales. So just kind of backing off what Laura said there, another really, this is not what I'm talking about, but it segues nicely, is that if, like Laura said, like it's a nice thing, to just share virtually, right, with your audience, whoever it is that's watching you. But another piece to that, like if you're always stuck about content, MyQFit, like easy. And like she said, if you're not currently in the current challenge, or maybe you don't even have it set up, yoga. I bet you there's a 10-minute yoga. And right there, it gives you something to share that maybe someone wants the greens and something else. And yeah, you know, stress is one of their things. Perfect. Like you literally get this perfectly packaged just for being a Q customer. However, another piece to that is, I know for me, you know, I came here as a leader, and one thing that I absolutely wanted to do again was to help other people gain leadership, but also show them that they can be successful. A huge piece of leadership is leading yourself. And for the fitness, like that's one thing that I keep telling myself, because I have fallen off of the fitness wagon, is like, Laura, do this for you and show people that you can show up, even if it's just for you. No one can work out for you other than you. And so what does that tell people? It tells them that you do stuff even when it gets hard. You do it even when you don't want to. You do it. And that means that you also, as you're kind of fine tuning those skills in fitness world, like in the MyQFit app, that skill that you're developing also trickles down into your business. And that is that's why I'm doing it, truly. I am starting to, I'm reminding myself that, oh yeah, I do actually like working out. And so I'm like, okay, this is wicked. But the other piece of like leading myself actually speaks to me just as like, you know, I'm leading myself. I'm showing my oldest daughter has been working out with me every single time. She couldn't walk up the stairs one day. Poor thing, but it was actually funny. And she's like, okay, mom. And it's actually building a relationship with her and I that I have not had in that regard. And it is so amazing. So I strongly recommend that you do that for those two reasons. But what I actually wanted to talk about in a moment is also another piece that I pulled from my previous experience, and I'm definitely reminded of in this weird season between holiday distraction, is that when you start feeling a momentum, whether that could be in your fitness life or in your business life, I think a lot of us, myself included, sometimes mentally are like, oh, I deserved this break. I'm going to just kick up. I'm going to relax. I work so hard for this. But it has been my experience that when you work so hard, it actually is easier just to work consistent now, because it's like you're in the airport and you're on that, like, you know, horizontal escalator thing, you know, like the fast walker. And it's like you could walk and be inconsistent over there. Or now that you've already created some momentum with a couple of customers, maybe one ambassador that's joined you, all you have to do is stay consistent. You already have momentum. And so when you are starting to gain traction, and it could even be that maybe the traction hasn't actually physically realized yet, but there's more eyes on you, right? Like momentum happens in so many different ways. How many people are watching your stories? Has that gone up? That's amazing. How many people are asking you, like someone asked me recently, oh my goodness, that challenge you're in. And I'm just like, go friggin' figure, Laura. Like you literally don't talk about fitness ever. And one of my customers is like, hey, I want to join that inner circle challenge. And I'm like, shit, you can't, you know? And then they literally released this one just, you know, days ago. And I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. This freaking company is crazy. And so it's just like, and two of the products that she already wanted, Align and Greens, is in one of the packages. I'm just like, thank you, Jesus. But like, that's what I mean. It's just like, if I wasn't consistent, if I didn't share that, even as silly as I feel, because I haven't worked out and I'm huffing and puffing, it's like, it all makes sense, right? And so anyhow, in speaking of being consistent and sharing the things that sometimes, you know, you don't think to share, like this call, right? It shows people that you're leading yourself, whether you are just a team of one or a team of 5 or 6 or 25 or so many. You showing up shows people that they can trust you with their business, that they can trust you with their finances, that they can trust you with, you know, health and wellness goals. Whether that's just for their greens desire, you know what I mean? Or whatever product that they're looking at, they know that you're invested in health, in wealth. And that's why I show up. I don't want to put my whole life on social media. I do it because I see social media as a business app. And I leave lots out, but I do include the bare minimum because I know that that's, you know, people see me all out. Like if someone wanted to watch me, they could watch me in real life, right? And so I share the things that kind of tell the rest of the story that I think is so important. So anyhow, in speaking of that, we know that something major is coming. So major that Kabiki herself said, "Oh my goodness, we're not ready for this." And when she said that, I was just like, "Holy Jesus, what's going to happen?" So we know that it's called Q Home. We know that it's going to include Q pantry items. It, like Britt just said, it is a range of products anywhere from $7 to $35. Think of the people who said, I can't spend 100 PV every single month. Well, you are spending money. I am certain you're spending $7 a month times 10 easily on the things that you pick up in your, daily or weekly grocery shop. So if you can now use those items to help build a business, things start changing. And so talking about how you're so super excited of having clean products, that you've partnered with a company that, is expanding radically in this area that is $1 trillion industry. Like, hello, crazy. I'm so super excited because why? I've been so impressed with all of the products I've tried so far. So what does that mean, right? So Snack Life, seriously, if you've got kids, this is like perfect. So what are some things that you could be sharing? You could actually start sharing Snack Life. What is it that you are currently what are you serving up? Many of us, if you're in Canada, we're off with our kids until January 9th. I'm not sure if that's the same in the States, but that's a whole lot of snacks, my friends. So, what is it that what are you serving up for your kids? What are you serving up for you? And soon we are going to have products that will take the place of, those granola bars that you're giving, other products that you are serving up for yourself or your kids. Cleaning products. So I am a major low tox lover. I literally don't have any scents in my house, unless it was brought in by my mother-in-law. And then I secretly, throw them out. But why don't you use synthetic fragrances? Why don't you have candles in your house? So start kind of sharing those. My home scent is a dog. Hilarious. So that's what I used to say. Literally, if you walk in my house, you smell nothing or you smell food, right? Like a clean house is actually a scent-free house because, it shouldn't be created with just synthetic fragrances. However, the only tricky part is we don't know loads about what's coming, but in the little hints that, yes, unless it's oils. Exactly. My perfume is essential oils. So anyhow, I am going to start, I haven't started yet, but I am going to start sharing about how I clean my house with water, vinegar, low tox, no tox products. And, probably talk about, I've tried a whole bunch of different toothpastes or whatever. I try to avoid fluoride. So different things, and sharing that, yes, I care about my health in the supplement wellness product world, but everyone who knows me knows that all those things that I've already said. But there's been lots of people who started following me in the last 4 years that maybe hasn't seen me. So I'm going to start being intentional, just like Britt posts in Make a Reel this week. I'm going to start intentionally sharing about a low tox, no tox lifestyle. What does that mean? Weekly, because I know it's coming, right? And how amazing that they gave us the gift of knowledge. So using that in some way, I think is really important for all of us. And that's all I have to say.
Yeah, that's like so good. Like the prepping your audience, right? It goes right along with what we talked about at the beginning of the call with consistency and showing up on your stories every day, showing all of the 5 F's that you incorporate into your day, right? Just showing up and being your most authentic self. But then also, like I was just saying in the chat, being an expert more or less, right? I think just about everybody who is on this team is very crunchy or naturally minded. And we've all learned things along our journey, right? Or maybe you're new and your narrative could be, I have learned so much recently. I'm starting to ditch and switch. I'm starting with my laundry room because it's one of the most toxic places in your home, right? And so if you want to create a reel, you could say these are the most toxic, a hook, right? 7 of the most toxic products in your home, or 7 toxic products you might have in your home. And you could list them off with whatever trending audio, however you want to do it. You could talk about, like the first products I ditched and switched, or you know what I mean? Like you could do something with a green screen in the background where you're showing different products that like you will not let in your house, or whatever it is, right? Like use the opportunity that we have, the knowledge that we have of what is to come, to build trust. If you're posting stories, your current audience, maybe 10% of your current audience is going to be able to see the stories that you're posting. You're not going to bring in anybody new with stories. Stories are to build trust with the people who are already watching, and to let them into your life, right? To create a relationship there. If you want to reach new people and bring new people in, you have to be sharing on Reels. Pictures are great. They're pretty. I'm a photographer. I love a good picture, but here's the thing. Pictures aren't getting seen the way that Reels are. Reels are the future of Instagram. If you are not comfortable with them, get comfortable with them, basically. And if you need tips and tricks, like there's a ton of us here who love Reels, and we're happy to help you get started on creating Reels. But it's the best way to get your content seen. You don't just have to use Instagram. If you are someone who loves to mindlessly scroll TikTok, I will tell you the TikTok algorithm is so freaking accurate. My entire TikTok is like conspiracy theorists, crunchy moms, homesteaders, preppers, people who love the Second Amendment, right? Like that's my entire TikTok algorithm. So it's very, very accurate. So if you are someone who just sits and scrolls, start using TikTok as a platform. I had a goal a few months back to hit executive in the customer volume side. I shared one TikTok video of making an adrenal cocktail. And I like to add our collagen to my adrenal cocktail. It went viral on TikTok. I was in so many conversations. I went from 500 TikTok followers to over 5,000 TikTok followers just from one video of our collagen. And in that month, I sold enough bottles of collagen to far surpass exec in CV. So do not take other platforms for granted. Don't put all of your eggs in one tiny little Instagram basket. Like if I share a reel on Instagram, sometimes I'll save it and then I'll go search for the audio on TikTok and I'll post the same video there sometimes. But my content's kind of different between the two places. But what I'm saying is get out there, put yourself out there. Wow, that was like a floating hand. Creepy. So just, consistency, using the knowledge that we have. And then like Laura Sudemans was talking about with the fitness challenge, you guys, those packs are really, really well priced. They're some of our most popular products. They're 100 PV. If you got 3 new customers or 3 existing customers to do this challenge with you in the month of January, hello, your builder, or maybe your pro. Like, you know what I'm saying? And like Laura was saying also, like you can use it to bring people over. Say, someone who loves Beachbody, they love fitness, but like they don't really work the business anymore because Beachbody burns people out. Maybe you have a conversation with them. Maybe you talk to someone who used to do Beachbody and just say, hey, you know what? We have this fitness challenge and I'd love for you to do it with me just to get your feet wet. See how you like it. Like, I don't know. Mm-hmm. We talked about a lot on this call, but I don't know. Does anybody have any questions or anything that they want to contribute? A testimony?
It's still not too late to come to convention.
It's not. It is not. I'm so excited. I just paid for my share of a hotel room. So we're doing hotel rooms this time instead of a house. So we're nice and close to the convention center. Lauren has a pouty lip because she has a race and she can't come. I'm so sad. But I can't wait to hug people. I'm going to squeeze the crap out of all of you.
I'm pumped. I got to send my hotel share too. That just reminded me.
I did that today.
Yeah. Yep. I just did that. Yes, we're doing hotel rooms, Allie. So if you need to come, we can snuggle. We'll snuggle. Yeah, definitely, Alicia. Start a TikTok. Do it. That algorithm is spot on.
I need to start. I need to do that too.
Yeah, I love it, but it's dangerous. It's also very dangerous because I get sucked in.
I was on it and then I got off of it when I was like, China's looking at me. And then
Yeah.
my sister's like, Laura, you need to get on TikTok. And, she's younger demographic. I'm like, I know.
With your sense of humor and like how much you love cows, you need to be on TikTok.
Oh, I think I hear Riley crying for me.
On life.
Oh my gosh, she's like scream. I'm like, there's 2 other adults in this house. Is nobody gonna help a girl out?
Nobody hears this child.
She doesn't want anyone but me.
But guys,
Anyways.
I used to hate working out too. Last January, our whole team, for the most part, was doing a fitness challenge. And I was like, ugh, if I have 30 minutes in the day of my like free time, the last thing I want to do is work out. But my whole team is doing it. And so I was like, oh, lead from the front and all that stuff. So I did the fitness challenge. And my photos, my before and after photos, I actually have a reel of it. Because like I was bloated and like I was soft in places I didn't want to be. And it's not all about your body, but I've had 4 kids. And so I was very, very proud of my progress within 1 month. But it wasn't really like the before and after were drastic for me. But it wasn't just that. It was like I fell in love with fitness because of MyQFit. I love it. I love it so much. I like the trainers. I like the programs. I like that it is really customized. Like if something is, I think was it you, Christina, who said like they modify things like for your abilities and things like that. Like, and it's just it's the best. It is the best. Like it puts me in the best mood when I start out my day with a workout. Like if I'm a really like, and it goes again with the decision, just like I said earlier, you have to like make the decision before the action. You have to make the decision and say, oh, I'm going to get off the couch. Count to 5, get your butt up off the couch and go work out in your PJs, go put workout clothes on. I don't care. But it's a huge perk to our business that we have MyQFit, and the challenge is big too. So yes, happy endorphins, Brittany. Can we just talk about the fact that we have 6 Brittany's on this call tonight? We had 6 Brittany's. 6 Brittany's, 2 Laura's, a Lauren, Nicole's, like
It's hilarious.
It's so funny. It's so funny. Okay, well, I don't want to take up anybody else's time, but does anybody have any questions or any testimonies or anything that you want to just unmute yourself and say? Anybody? Bueller? No? Okay. Well, everybody have a great night. I hope you all had a good Christmas and a happy Hanukkah. And I love you guys. And let's kick butt this week. I don't know if there's any kids on the call. Let's kick some butt this week. Yeah?
Yeah, for sure.
Awesome. Okay.
Hey.
We're a quiet bunch. All right. Good night, guys.
Take care.